Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome back to the QPR Career Mode. If you're not all nice and caught up, go check out the playlist, get yourself caught up, and then of course welcome back to today's episode. We are also in a new room. You may or may not have noticed this is a very new, different setup. There's literally nothing behind me, and this is the first thing I'm doing at the new setup. I haven't streamed here yet, haven't done anything, so all a little bit new. Hopefully everything works out okay. Fingers crossed. But yeah, jumping straight into action today. Haven't got too much to sort of mess around with. It's basically just games at this point now. We are just going to have to start rattling through this season. We do have one game before an international break, which is home against Leicester City, fellow promotion teams in the last season. Then we do have a West London derby up against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, so that'll be a very, very good one indeed. And then we do have West Ham away as well, so staying in London. And then we have our other fellow promoted side in Leeds, but in the Carabao Cup. So fingers crossed we can get through all four of those today. I'm hoping we can get all four games done. I'd like to think we can. We should be able to now that I've got a lot of things sorted out. So unless anything happens sort of between now and then, the next thing you guys will see is the Leicester game. And just a very quick thing as well. I just feel like maybe every now and then I need to maybe do a little squad hub look and sort of see how our loan players are doing. So Joe Walsh is getting some game time away. I think it's in Italy, Tanana. I think they're in Italy. Got a +2 at the moment, which is quite nice. Having, keepers slowly working their way up is very, very nice indeed to get the ratings going up. Kenneth Powell at 74, and that is his highest for the season he's going to be, which is disappointing. Ziad Larkech at a 63. Oxford hasn't gone up yet. Clark Salter on a +1. Aussie still on a 68. Jimmy Dunn on a 73. Cash in on 72. Holmes slowly working his way up as well, a +2 on loan at Sheffield United, who did go down, I believe. So they are in the Championship, and Holmes is getting some minutes, which is great to see because, again, he's real good depth. He's the kind of player that if I didn't loan him out, I wouldn't have bought cash in. But it's the kind of player that if he can get to like 70 or something by the end of the season, and if he stays on this track, he will do. Jimmy Dunn could potentially depart, and we could bring Holmes straight in as that rotation role. So really glad that he's getting some good game time out there. Cabral on a +1 over at FC Voluntari. Spencer on a +5. Love that from Ibrahim Spencer. He's playing at Zaglebi Lubin. I probably butchered that. I think it's in Turkey, but on a +5. Very happy with that indeed. Aaron Drew on a +2 over at, I'm not even going to try and say that one. Waters on a +1. I'm very happy with that. Obviously, he's over in Spain. He's getting a little bit of game time at +1. Again, really happy. We have got a lot of centre-backs now that I think about it. We've got like 4 out on loan, but Waters we did convert to play right back, so we'll work out where he's going to be long term. Doughty still on a 74. Radu on a +1. Obviously, he's still with us. Dazelle on a 70. Still Field, still 75. Hamer hasn't gone up yet. Dixon Bonnet on a +3 off at Casapia. Again, just game time. Very happy for Dixon Bonner to get some game time and get some levels up. So he's on a +3, as is Bellingham at Southampton. Again, real good game time for him in the Championship. Really happy to see that. Aroha on a +2 at Sepsi. Peder still with us, but on a +1. Said hasn't gone up yet, even though he's on loan at Watford. I'm assuming he's played some game time, but I don't think I've got a way of checking, which is disappointing. Chaplin hasn't gone up yet. Chair on a +1. Taylor Richards still on the 69 rating as well. Bala hasn't gone up. And my thought process is if Bala doesn't go up this season, because at FC Annecy, I don't know if he's getting game time. I'd like to think he's maybe getting minutes every now and then. But if he's not going to go up this season, we might look to sell him. Andrews, obviously, only just come up through us. Samar Ali has gone up +3, which is great to see. Now he's in the 60s as well, so should be getting some good game time. Walsh on a +1, and again, a player that I'm really looking forward to using down the line because Noah Welsh was looking really, really good and viable. Smith has gone up a +1 as well. Woollock on a +1. Dexter Park, again, a player I'm really hoping to have come back and be able to get into the team a little bit. He is only 19 and is getting some game time on a +1 as well. Larson has been fantastic for us this season, +1. Dykes hasn't gone up yet. Alfie Lloyd on a +1 as well. Sinclair Armstrong on a +2 and is playing very well. Rayan Coley on his loan is on a +5 right now. CD Eldense clearly giving him some game time, clearly giving him some minutes, and he's clearly doing pretty well, up to 64 rated. He is the kind of player, again, if he gets a real good loan move, next season can come in and be a squad player, 100%. So I'm really happy with that. Randall as well on a +1. I just wanted to go through that, just wanted to show you guys sort of how the squad's doing, how some of these loans are doing for us, and sort of where we're at. Chair is worth 11 mil and is our most expensive player, and Field on £37,000 a week, along with Chaplin, are our highest paid players. So I think the plan is next season, probably look to get a little bit of rotation in the squad, try and maybe offload a couple of people to bring a couple of people in, and just sort of thin out the squad numbers, because we have so many players out on loan, players that come back and haven't quite hit the potential we were expecting. We probably will move on, and then a couple of club players. So I said I wasn't going to do anything between now and the first game. I've lied to you. I've done a lot. I'll see you at the first game. So we do have a few players going away on international break. Obviously, this will be after the game against Leicester. So Dykes, Armstrong, Chair, Smith, and Brun Larsen all being called up internationally, which is great. Again, it's more game time for them. Hopefully, they all come back injury-free. But yeah, they're all going to be away while we are on the international break. But we will be going into this one with our strongest 11. No need to rotate, as everyone is pretty much at Matt's fitness. So yeah, strongest 11, the usual set team. And in the Prem, this is what I want to be able to do. I want to be able to throw our strongest 11 out there as often as possible, and then you've got the strength of depth with a bit of rotation that come through as and when they're needed. That's kind of the vibe. That's kind of where I'm going with this. So fingers crossed that is something that we're able to maintain. But I'm expecting a 4-3-3 here against Leicester City. I'm expecting that to be what we come up against, and it's a formation that we've kind of occasionally struggled against in a high press, because I play tiki-taka football, but because we've got that two-man midfield, whereas you're up against a three-man midfield, when you play against the three in the middle, it can be problematic. But hopefully the wide players come back and help the sort of central two, and we can come away from something in this game. That'll be nice. Come on, you Ars. Leicester bringing the ball forward quite nicely, but a really good step in from Clark Salter helps us win this, and potentially a chance to bring this away. It's our first chance on the ball at all here, and Armstrong's ball through, nearly found Larsen, didn't quite. It's going to drop back to Chair, plays it to Armstrong. Brun Larsen would have had a bit of a tap-in attempt there, but it's really well defended from the Leicester City defender. That was a real good chance on the counter. We kind of tried to Leicester City there. They're knocking it around really nicely here, Leicester. McAteer with the ball now. McAteer well tackled there from Kenneth Powell. And Powell really importantly needed to just stay on his feet and not give a foul away there. But thankfully, thanks to Powell and Chair combined, we've unleashed Sinclair Armstrong, who's going to have to strike on his left and is going to find the back of the net. At the home end, you love to see it. Go to that family stand. Go and say hello to everyone. Absolutely love that, boys. Really nice finish there. On his left foot, Sinclair Armstrong is proving time and time again that he is stepping up to this level. We had interest from quite a few European clubs, including Real Madrid, which we said no to. And hopefully he is very happy to repay us with all this game time by finding the back of the net a bit more often. Terrible attempt of a dive from the keeper, but it doesn't matter. It's in the back of the net, and Sinclair Armstrong on the score sheet again. You love to see it. 5 goals in 8 games in the league. I'm absolutely okay with that. And after 70 minutes, it's 1-0 QPR. Well up there from Kenneth Powell. Really well won in the air, because he's not the biggest player, Kenneth Powell, but he's done really well here. And Sinclair Armstrong is getting plenty of this ball and is just running at the defence. And the strength he has got, Ricardo and the centre-backs are both struggling to keep it off of him, because he's just so strong. They can't win it off him. Chair in the middle. It's not where I wanted it, and it's not a foul. It didn't look like the defender got much of the ball there, but apparently it wasn't a foul. It would have been a very soft one if it had been given, I will be honest with you, but that's disappointing, because it actually isn't who I was trying to pass it to. I was trying to pass it to the player that was a little bit more central, and I think he'd have had a little tap in straight away there. But it's still 1-0, but it's still positive signs from us here. We're looking pretty good. Chair on the ball again here. We see the run, or I was going to say I see the run from Brun Larsen, but it was well defended in the end. Really well blocked off by Leicester, but they have got a chance here to try and bring the ball forward into our third now, and they do just about do so. Mavadidi on the ball now. I'm trying to get back to Doughty, so Doughty can be the man to try and block him off. Stop that ball coming into the box. Good block there from Oxford. It's interesting that Leicester came down this side. It's the first time they have. They keep going out to McAteer on the other side, and McAteer has absolutely been covered, been outplayed so far by Kenneth Powell. He has been phenomenal at keeping him well and truly shut out the game. And Doughty comes across this time to Dewsbury Hall to win that ball there. About 5 minutes left on the clock, so we do have a chance to build this forward. I've maybe slightly wasted that. Actually, maybe is another statement. I absolutely wasted that, but we've won it back pretty well, and we're just keeping possession nicely here, boys. We're not rushing it. We're taking our time. We're finding the pass. We're finding the right play. And Larsen through to Armstrong, could be on a brace here, and he is. He's wrong-footed the keeper. Keeper's gone the wrong way. He's had two terrible attempts at saving 2 shots from Sinclair Armstrong, and both have found the back of the net. I'm not sure who they've got in goal, but he is not having the best of days here against the young Irishman. He is absolutely flying as things stand. 2 goals in about 40 minutes, and we're looking pretty comfortable. A good home sort of game so far, good home performance, and it's 2-0 to the boys in blue and white. You absolutely love to see it. Sinclair Armstrong having a blinder, 6 goals in 8 games in the league so far. And it is just on the stroke of half time as well. So we'll just sort of see this half out here. I'll let you guys sort of stick with us as the ref, I'm sure, is going to blow any second now. He does. The ball goes back to Samari, who I think it looks like he's playing centre-back. And I kind of predicted he was going to be in that midfield 3, sort of him at DM with Winks and Dewsbury Hall sort of either side of him. But it doesn't look like that so far. You can see 2 touches for Mavididi, and those are the 2 touches we were talking about when Doughty was out there to try and block that cross. But it's been a phenomenal half of football for us here. I would normally sub off Armstrong looking at that level of fitness there, but he's on a hat-trick. We've got 2 weeks until the Chelsea game, so I'm going to let him play for a little bit longer, try and get that hat-trick. Lyndon Dykes probably will come on at some point. I'd like to bring on Smith as well, because you can see he's a little bit upset, and I think that is down to game time or lack thereof. Dazell's going to come on for Field, and you know what? I'll also take off Chair. I'll make the change now. Let's bring on Paul Smith. Let me just sort of change his instructions so that he is meant to be playing as a left winger rather than playing as a cam, because I don't think his stats will be particularly supported by that. So let me have him on, get him behind, and then we'll have him on come back on defence. I think that's pretty smart to do. So 2 changes at the break. Dazell and Smith on for Field and Chair. I think that would be absolutely criminal to do at half-time in real life, but they're changes that in a 2-0 lead so far, terrible pass from Hamer there, by the way, in a 2-0 lead so far and a game where we've looked pretty comfortable, I'm okay with that little bit of rotation, and it keeps the boys that are a little bit upset from lack of game time happy. Poor tackle there, by the way, from Sumare. Gets into the book there for a late tackle on Doughty, and Willock was away there. I was going to play a little chip through ball to try and set Willock away, but second half, honestly, just more of the same. Keep them limited on chances. Labrovic has literally had nothing to do so far, and if we can just keep testing this keeper that doesn't seem overly confident, then I'm absolutely okay with that. Let's, again, more of the same. Come on, you ours. Doughty well stepped in again. Both of our fullbacks here have had a phenomenal game so far. They've both been well and truly the some of the best players on the pitch, because they're trying to get the ball out wide. Hold on a second here. Sinclair Armstrong on his left foot for the hat-trick. Foot. I meant boot. I changed mine to foot. We got there. It's 3 goals for Sinclair Armstrong, and I'm sorry, Sinclair, that I've absolutely botched your commentary on your hat-trick by saying foot. But boys, it's a fantastic trio of goals. It's 3 pretty similar goals in the sense of getting the ball through, and he's just running at the defence. They have had absolutely no chance of stopping Sinclair Armstrong, and he has found himself his first Premier League hat-trick, and it has been very well deserved. He's put a hell of a shift in. He's been so good up front, and I think it's 3 separate assisters as well. I think Brun Larson, Chair, and I think that one was from Willock. I'm not even entirely sure, but what we're going to do, boys, is take off both strikers. Dykes and Chaplin are both going to make their way onto the pitch, and again, I just think this is a matter of just securing the win, fresh legs, give some rotation. 2 very different performances from both strikers, but both very good performances. Larson's held the ball up quite nicely, played some lovely passes, and Armstrong has been very clinical in front of goal. I think he's had 3 shots, 3 goals. He's absolutely smashed it today. And you know what? I'm absolutely okay with that. It really is a fantastic first half performance, and it's been secured off with a really good start to the second. But 25-30 minutes on the clock, boys. Let's just see this one out now. Lovely bit of play here from the boys. We're going to look out wide here and find Paul Smith. He's going to look inside, find not Sinclair Armstrong. He's going to find Lyndon Dykes, who hits the post. Again, I don't think the keeper had that one covered. It looked like he was at 6s and 7s as Lyndon smashed it towards the goal. He had little flashbacks. Every time he blinked, he just saw Sinclair Armstrong bearing down on him, ready to shoot. But this time, it didn't quite find the back of the net. But it was a good effort. And again, just a really nice bit of play. We've matched up really well here against Leicester. I said that we might struggle against that midfield 3. We haven't struggled at all. Making our final change here, Doughty is making way for Ozzy Kakai. Again, just a little bit of fresh legs, just mixing things up a little bit. Players that don't get as many minutes coming on. Obviously, Ozzy is now well and truly rotation. I got a lot of love for Ozzy Kakai, and I'm very happy to still have him here and playing as and when he can. But obviously, we can't start with players that are sort of below 70 rated in Premier League games all that often. So it made sense to bring in a player like Doughty, especially as he is very versatile and has proved to be very, very good. Like I say, both fullbacks today especially have been absolutely phenomenal. Doughty and especially Kenneth Power in that first half have both, I don't think really either have put a foot wrong. So Ozzy's got a lot to live up to, sort of coming in for somebody who's been one of the best players on the pitch. Good save there from Lavrich. Didn't really need to do it, but I tried to keep it on if I could. But it is going to be a corner to Leicester. This is the most threatening situation Leicester have had so far, was that effort that was blocked for the corner. And then the corner itself, which Mavididi has found the back of the net. It is 3-1. We haven't kept the clean sheet. I think it's a little bit too little too late for them to mount a comeback. But it's disappointing to concede, of course. That is infuriating. But it's a nice corner. It's a well-worked little set piece. I tried to get down to close it out, but really well turned, just straight past me. Mavididi just beat Ozzy in the air there. And it's 3-1, 10 minutes on the clock. I'm not worried about giving the game up or anything like that, but I'm annoyed to have not kept the clean sheet, that's for sure. Linden going to try and play it to Chair. I'd have rather it to Willett, but Willett does get it anyway in the end here. Heyman now going to play it. It's going to go to Ozzy. Linden, mate, I kind of wanted you in the box here because I was hoping Ozzy would be able to whip it across, which he has, and instead it's Paul Smith jumping up for it. I would have quite liked that to have been Lyndon Dykes, I won't lie to you. Linden going to turn round, finds Chris Willock. Willock now going to try and find Chaplin. Chaplin, slightly heavy touch. Suter's going to win that one, and they are going to play it out from the back here, but I don't think they're going to have enough chance to really make anything. They might actually get an attack off here. I'm trying to jockey against two players now with Ozzy. Christensen's going to overlap on the left-hand side. Ozzy's just got to sort of shield it and see it out. He's done a pretty good job of stopping the cross coming in, and that is going to be a free kick, apparently. I think that's a little bit harsh, ref. I won't lie to you. I don't really see a foul in that. But Winks makes way for... I'm not entirely sure that... I mean, there's seconds left on the clock. Even if they do score from this, there is literally seconds left. Ball's going to come in. Labrovic is going to claim it, and the ref is going to blow the whistle for full time. 3-1 win. Disappointing, I'll be honest, like I say, to concede at the end and lose the clean sheet. But a hat-trick for Sinclair Armstrong is something I'm very, very happy about indeed. Really good result there. And is it not going to show Sinclair Armstrong getting the match ball? That is criminal behaviour. He's got the match ball, but that's criminal behaviour that we've not got to see it, because I won't lie, that was going to be the thumbnail. But never mind. Really impressive performance from the boys. Very happy with the result. 3 goals, 3 points, and a huge statement, I think, because we played really well there. We outplayed them. As I said, a very convincing display, and we are up we're up in 3rd place. Now, genuine question, boys. Do we think we need to set this to be Ultimate? I know for a fact I'm going to struggle against Ultimate. I know that. I think I'm going to get a lot of losses. And we have had 3 losses, but it's more the fact that we've had 5 wins. And I don't want this to become a not exciting career mode for people. I don't want, like, very few times do teams come up from the championship and just wipe the league. You know, like Sheffield United that season where they came up and were just teams just couldn't read them, and they were just so high in the league. Leicester winning the league in itself was incredibly impressive. I don't think that wasn't the season after they got promoted. I'm almost 100% sure. But, like, let me know, because I don't want to ruin this series by just having, like, something like this happen, which isn't planned. There's nothing I can particularly do about it. If I'm getting wins, I'm getting wins. But let me know your guys' thoughts, you know. Let me know what you guys think. I could try the Chelsea game on Ultimate and see how that goes. That's something we could do because it is Chelsea. They are a very good side. We are joint technically with Chelsea as well, who are in 6th, which it's still us being in 6th is ridiculous. So I might try it against Chelsea. It gives you guys a bit of a chance to sort of see how different it'll be. I don't think I'll get many, if any, wins against Ultimate, but if that's the challenge, I'm fine with it. So we've got a big international break now. We've got 2 weeks to let the team recover. Some of the players go off in international and get some game time and all that stuff. So I'm going to let that do its thing, and then we'll probably try Ultimate against Chelsea. Okay, here we go. Again, strongest 11. I've got no reason not to. I'm expecting a 4-4-1-1 for Chelsea. My thought is they're probably going to start Jackson, have Mudryk behind, midfield 4, defensive 4. That's my guess, just based off of what the AI would tend to do. This is Ultimate. So hopefully our strongest 11 is enough to come away with something here against one of, on paper, the toughest teams to play against in this. Look, by the way, the cinematics like that, just that there of the stadium is beautiful for an FC game, beautiful for a FIFA game. This is stuff that we don't normally see. Is this amazing high quality graphics in regards to games and stuff? No. But is this great to see in a career mode setting? Yes, it is. I would love a little bit more of like, again, like the team lineups and stuff coming out, and it not just then cutting straight to the game like this. EA, a couple of little tweaks and little things I would say, but I am a big fan of a lot of these sort of starting cutscenes. I think it's very cool. I like them a lot. I'd like some more stuff of like in the tunnels and stuff where possible too, at obviously either generated grounds or real grounds. But anyway, I'm going to stop thinking about that. I'm going to start thinking about this because, again, we're against Ultimate. This is going to be very difficult. So come on, you us. Powell here sets away chair nice and early. Brun Larsen in a really good position. Armstrong in a pretty good one as well. Armstrong going to try the finesse. Thiago Silva really well steps in there and takes that away from us. That's a really good chance early doors for us, though. It's promising signs that we managed to have a chance in the box. It was just well defended from a very experienced and very good Thiago Silva. Well won there from Hamer and Field. And now Chair just about gets that away to Willock. Willock now, Lavia closing him down, but Willock, really nice turn into Chair. Chair into Brun Larsen. Brun Larsen into trouble there. Oh, it's well won there in the end from, I think it's Chao Enrique they've got at left back, the Brazilian left back. That's a really, really good tackle from him. Mudryk, absolutely rapid. Hamer having to come across here and help out Doughty, who was slightly out of position, but they've worked it well here again. Mudryk on the ball. Look at that space, edge of the box there. Labrovic with a crucial save down to his left. And mate, this is a tough game. The West London derby right now is in full effect, and this is going to be, I think, end to end, and hopefully it's more that we can actually get some chances at their end. That'll be quite nice. But Disasi finds Caicedo edge of the box. Mudryk with the shot. It does get a deflection, but Labrovic reads it well, and we have a bit of a chance to try and break away here. Chris Willock on the ball. Armstrong, mate, make me a run, because Armstrong for pace has absolutely got Thiago Silva sorted, and Disasi. Neither are massively quick. I maybe slightly messed that one up, but yeah, thinking about that, Armstrong for pace is absolutely going to blitz past Thiago Silva and Disasi. Madueke on our right-hand side here. He's left Kenneth Power away, but lovely stuff there. Jake Clark sort of wins that. Plays it out quite nicely as well. Sam Field actually gets it away. We are working heavily on these counter-attacks, and I'm absolutely okay with it because, again, the pace we have got, I think, matches up quite well against their defensive pace because Reece James is pretty quick. Chao Enrique is not slow, but yeah, Disasi and Thiago Silva aren't that rapid, so that the pace that we've got in someone like a Willock, even in Chair, but in Armstrong, they've got a chance to try and make something. It's their actual wingers, Madueke, Mudryk. They're pretty quick, and I don't think Lavia and Caicedo are very slow for centre midfielders. I think they're pretty quick centre mids, but I was going to say we've just got to really focus on this possession when we've got it because they're closing us down pretty quickly. But it's been a bit more end-to-end than I expected, and it is going back towards our end here. Nicholas Jackson absolutely beat Clark sort of for pace. He's going to try the chip. Can we get it off the line? No, we can't. Jackson finds the back of the net. It was a really nice chip. It's a really, really good finish. It has to be said. And it is 1-0 to Chelsea, 40 minutes in, just sort of before half-time. It's a disappointing time to concede, especially as we've actually played pretty well. And you guys have probably seen majority of the first half because it has just been end-to-end. I highly doubt there's many cuts I've had to make here, but Doughty and Oxford between them just couldn't get rid of it. I was hoping Oxford would throw his head at it. Doughty actually was probably the nearer of the two, and he didn't try and jump to head it. He tried to sort of weirdly boot it. I'm not too sure, but just before half-time, and it is 1-0 to Chelsea. Just before the stroke of half-time here. Really, really important step in there from Clark Sauter. The ex-Chelsea man, let's not forget. Really important there, because that was Nkunku clean through from a pass from Jackson. That is a very, very important block there, because that would have been problematic. But it is 1-0 at the break to Chelsea. And again, it's probably been, they've had the better chances for sure, but we are getting the ball into their final third. We're just not testing Kepa at all. Kepa hasn't had anything to deal with so far. So it'll be interesting to see if we can maybe create a little bit more in the second half here. I was talking about the pace and the sheer use of that pace, and I think that pace will be massive for us. I think what I'm going to do is bring on Paul Smith. He is a little bit tired. He has obviously just been playing internationally, but I'm going to set him to stay wide. I think come back on defense, stay wide, get him behind, and stay on the edge of box for crosses. So get him up there and causing those defenders a problem, but keeping Chao Enrique out wide there so that Armstrong or Brun Larsen have a chance to run in between the left back and Thiago Silva. I think that'll be pretty important. Outside of that, the distribution from Dazelle could be helpful. Chaplin probably needed at some point because Brun Larsen is a little bit tired. We're going to just make that one change for now. I'd like to keep Brun Larsen on the pitch because he is a very, very good striker. He has been very good for us so far this season. And Sam Field, I think having that... Oh, Tom, what are you doing? Having that more defensive-orientated midfielder is going to be pretty important for a good chunk of this. Dazelle is kind of like a final throw of the dice, you know? Just to see if we can add a bit of creativity into the midfield. Have Hamer and Dazelle as sort of two ball-playing CDMs to try and create something extra for us. But I think it's a bit early doors to sort of do that now. To try and do that for 45 minutes, I think would just cause problems for us. But Nkunku here trying to cause problems as well. But Clark Salter with a great step in there. And Willock now with a chance to bring this away. He is quicker than Reece James. And Willock now cuts inside. Oh, doesn't quite play the pass. Gets the second one. Brun Larsen finds the back of the net, boys. And it is 1-1. We're back in it. I said it was important to keep this man on the pitch because he can find his goals. He has done exactly that, boys. Fantastic finish there. Very, very happy with that one. And that was... I'm not going to say it was against the run of play because that's how we've been playing. It was a little bit lucky that after this first attempted pass that it did just drop straight back to Willock. And as soon as I saw Brun Larsen, I was just hoping for another chance to pass it. We did. And Larsen finds a great strike. Kepa could argue maybe should do a little bit better. It was a little bit nearer to him, but I think the power on Larsen's shot was enough to take it through there. So it's two goals in the game, one apiece, and all to play for now with an hour gone. We've done really well here, actually, playing against the press, because they were pressing our defence really high up the pitch there with Mudryk, Nkunku and Jackson. And now Smith has actually worked his way forward. Disasi, Thiago Silva are not bad in the air, but Sinclair Armstrong is going to find the back of the net. I don't score that many headers, boys, but we have just absolutely both beaten the press and then played a fantastic ball down the wing. Smith, again, I wanted to bring him on for that pace, and it wasn't quite for the reasoning that I brought him on for that pace to get across in there, but it was enough that Disasi was so far away he didn't try the jump. And then Reece James has been bodied by Sinclair Armstrong. The sheer strength of him. Kepa gets nowhere near it. And just like that, boys, it is 2-1. We have turned things around against Ultimate. So if we can somehow get something here, we will continue playing against Ultimate. I've made some changes as well. Brun Larsen off for Lyndon Dykes. Sam Field off for Andre Dazelle. I did that change at 1-1. And then I've taken off Reece Oxford for Jimmy Dunn. So plenty of changes, just fresh legs across the field was my thought process when I did it. But now it's a matter of fresh legs to hopefully help us keep in this. I couldn't take off Jake Clark-Salter because he's been so good for us. He has been huge at the back. Doughty's also quite tired, but he is... been having a very difficult time up against Mudryk, but he's been pretty good against Mudryk. And I just don't think Ozzy Kakai's quick enough. But Labrovic with a humongous save there at the back. Really important stuff. Mudryk here actually coming off for Raheem Sterling. So an ex-QPR player now actually on the pitch for Chelsea. But yeah, this is absolutely massive so far, boys. If Labrovic can keep up moments like that, it really is point-winning saves, you know, because even if we were to get a point from this game, stopping that, which felt like it was going to be a surefire goal for Chelsea. Good job again, Jake Clark-Salter. That save from Labrovic really does end up being pretty huge. Another change here as Lavia is going to wait for, I think, Enzo Fernandez. Oh, it's Conor Gallagher, number 23. My apologies. But Conor Gallagher now comes on. You can see a little bit of rotation here from Chelsea. They haven't necessarily got sort of what you'd consider their strongest 11, because you would assume Sterling would start over Mudryk, but it could be that Mudryk actually, rating-wise, is up there now, competing with Raheem. 1 second. Jackson with a clear header and Labrovic with a fantastic save. One thing I will say is I have taken off my height in Reece Oxford. Reece Oxford is a big boy, but here, look at this save. Labrovic with a massive save. Really is a good finish there a good stop there for the finish. Labrovic, good lad. But Raheem again, takes it past me again. That's 3 corners that he has absolutely just walked past me as he's tried to bring that ball in there. And good stop from the combination of Doughty and Paul Smith. But I've given Doughty far too much to do that, and Kunku's going to win that. But at least it wasn't immediately another corner. Great tackle from Hamer. Good block again there from Hamer. Getting involved. I said we haven't necessarily got like an out-and-out DM on the pitch now since bringing Dizelle on for field, but Hamer has been fantastic. Really good stop there, by the way, from Chris Willock, and plays it into Kenneth Powell. Powell plays it in to Lyndon Dykes. Plays it to Sinclair Armstrong. Surely not. Boys, it is done. It is done. Another 3-1 win, and the boys are absolutely flying. I cannot believe we have turned up against an ultimate difficulty Chelsea and put 3 past them. I really cannot believe that. The QPR fans go absolutely mild there for some. Why are they not absolutely? I would be losing it, boys. I would have absolutely wet myself at 3-1 at Stamford Bridge. Unreal from the boys on the pitch, but disappointing from the fans in the stand there. That is not the away QPR fans that I know, but that is absolutely mental. What a game, what a day Sinclair Armstrong is having. He has absolutely been huge. There is no other word for it than he has stepped up to another level today, Sinclair Armstrong. He has scored 5 goals in the first 2 games, and it is just an unreal display from the young man. He really is proving that we were right in keeping him here. That is a massive result, boys. 3-1 against Chelsea. Again, I put it up to Ultimate, and you guys, hopefully you saw at the top, it says Ultimate where it would have normally said Legendary. That is unreal. I can't get over that. What a turnaround. What a change from the boys. To go 1-0 down and to come back and win 3-1. It is unreal. Unreal. That is a result. An absolutely incredible result, boys. We do actually drop a place in the table after that victory. But I think it's because City had a game in hand that they've now played. I think that's what it was. But again, to be in 4th and again, to be playing against Ultimate, like, hopefully now I don't feel as bad if we end up staying high up the table and we're getting wins in Ultimate, because that's then just that we're playing really well. So I'm okay with that. But our next game is up against West Ham. We have got a week's break between now and then. So unless anything happens, I'll see you there. Okay, we have our monthly scouting report. Let's look through some of the potential future QPR players. So Harvey Drake, you are sadly not going to be one of those players, my friend. Billy Barlow, firstly, what a name. Secondly, looks like he could be pretty good. I'm going to give him a chance. Cameron Howarth, again, looks pretty decent. We'll sign him up. Ibrahim Holt, it's a no from me, my friend. Taylor Best, also a nobody. Alex Bentley, that starting overall is holding you back just a bit. I might give him another scout, like another month, because 67 to 93 is pretty decent if he does end up on the higher end of that. So I'm going to give Alex Bentley another month and see if we get any progress on that starting rating. But again, you know what? Boys, we're looking pretty good right here for some potential players down the line. We've got Anwar Ali, who's nearly at 60 rated, which is great. Forster is now converted to a right winger, which is great because he is right-footed. I'd rather have him right-sided. And I think the plan is probably get that passing and dribbling up would be my thought process here. How much more? Okay, let's go wide winger. Let's get the wide winger up, get the crossing up, and then get that agility and balance up as well. Let's get him well and truly looking like a little baller, because I think the plan will be promote him up to the main squad in January and then loan him out, because he'll get game time. He'll get game time 100%. We've got a lot of players that are sort of in those low to mid 50s that, you know, it will end up being someone like Jakub Novak will probably just get sold because his, you know, potential isn't great. George Moore would need a loan or two out, because if he goes to, like, you know, mid to high 60s after a loan or two, we potentially then sell him on and get a little bit of cash for him because he's a good young lad. But yeah, I think there's some real good potential here. I mean, him to be a minimum 85. Forster looks like he could be unreal. Hunter looks like he could be a good little player as well. We just need him to go up in ratings a little bit quicker than he is at the moment. But we'll work that one out. Heath could be a decent right back option as well. We've got some good options here, boys. I'm just going to sort out some of the work in the training plans, and then we'll work towards the West Ham game. My word, Okay, one change to our starting 11. Chaplin specifically asked to play and not too long ago complained about lack of game time. So just going to rotate him in for a game or two, maybe look to bring him on a little bit more often as well. Smith was the same not too long ago. So that's why you've been seeing Smith coming on a little bit more often. I need to start doing that with Chaplin too, because I think he will slowly but surely start to get a little bit miffed. But otherwise, same starting 11. Chair is on the bench, so probably will make his way on. Smith actually not on the bench today. It's Richards because Smith is still pretty tired. But yeah, hopefully we can come away again with just some points. London Stadium, good place to go to. I've been there a couple of times for a couple of games. I actually worked on a game that was happening there for Soccer Aid, for anyone who's interested. And I got comp tickets to go along for working on it. And it's a lovely stadium. I absolutely love the ground. It's a really, really nice place. So it's hopefully a stadium we can come away from 3 points today. It is raining in game, so that will be interesting to see how much that can affect it, because it can affect some of the animations and some of the stuff. So hopefully it doesn't affect us too much. But they got a quick players. They've got Kudus. They've got Kyogo, I think is his name, the striker. They've obviously got Bowen on the right. I think it was Fornals predicted to play on the left. Just a good solid team. So fingers crossed we can come away with something. We do have the absolutely above and beyond in form Sinclair Armstrong, which will hopefully take the game to them. But let's see if we can keep up this incredible winning streak right now. Come on, you ours. Armstrong looks at wide here and finds Chaplin. Chaplin, lovely little turn inside there. Plays it into Armstrong. Armstrong's going to look up, find Willock. Can our goal scorer become a provider? Just wide of the post there from Chris Willock. A really good effort. Fabianski was absolutely left rooted to the spot, but it was a good bit of play. Really nice build-up. Good little R1 dribbling from Chaplin to just find the space to play it into Armstrong in the first place. Oh, it's Muslera in goal, by the way. It's not Fabianski, it's Muslera. But yeah, good start there, boys. Positive. All ball's being worked around really nicely here. Jared Bowen tries to play it inside to Kudos, but finds instead Jake Clark-Salter with a really good interception. Oh, really nice pass there. Sinclair Armstrong is going to turn. He's going to find Brun Larson. Brun Larson's going to have the strike, and Brun Larson makes it 1-0. 20 minutes barely on the clock, and we have found the lead again. Boys, I don't actually know what's happening today. We are just playing some phenomenal FIFA or FC football, whatever you want to call it. We're just playing some really, really good stuff, and we have taken the lead in this game here. Muslera, good dive, but not good enough to stop Brun Larson. And it is 1-0, lads. It is... I can't even explain it to you right now, what we're doing. There's nothing that I'm particularly doing different as far as I'm aware. Maybe it's that I'm just using lower rated players on Ultimate Team right now, and maybe that's making a difference. I don't know. The main thing is it's 1-0. We've taken the lead, and I am a happy chap. Come on, boys. Kyogo on the ball here. Reece Oxford couldn't quite get out to him. They're going to play it all the way to the back here to Bowen. I'm trying to block Bowen's left foot. I know he could have played it in into the middle on his right. Good block there. Oh, we've given it straight back to him. Sufal is able to lay it off, but Labrovic, very well done from Labrovic with the save. I genuinely think Labrovic is the only goalkeeper in today's episode that's made a save. I genuinely don't think any other keepers actually made a save. I don't remember Kepa making one. Muslera hasn't made one. I don't remember any saves. But boys, I tell you what I do remember is us scoring goals. I don't know what else to say outside of we're just playing really well. Like the way we're knocking the ball around, we're just doing it, boys. I don't know what else to say other than we're just doing it, lads. It's 2-0 in about, what, 25 minutes? It's, well, 30 minutes. But we are QPR, and we are apparently absolutely massive. Ball out wide here to Jared Bowen. Bowen up against Kenneth Powell. Kenneth Powell with work to do, because Bowen can cut in on his left or his right. Well defended there from Reece Oxford, and we do get it away. Brun Larson, really well held up. Aguerd is going to try and close him down, but instead he's going to be able to find the ball here to Willock. Willock going to just cut inside. Chris Willock. I wanted it to go all the way through. It does eventually. Chaplin does really well at picking that one up. Armstrong just going to rotate around. Good pressure from West Ham though, and they do come away with it. Estupinian, really good ball off here to Kudus. Kudus now going to try and cut inside. I've tried to close him down with Oxford, and Oxford's done a pretty good job there. Hamer and Doughty now closing down the wide player. It's going to be played back to Fornals. Good block there from Samfield, the shield. You know what? I'll tell you right now, since me claiming that we are massive and since it being 2-0, West Ham have stepped up. They have closed us down really quickly. We haven't had much of the ball. It's been pretty much all West Ham, that sort of second period of the game there. But we started strong, and that has made a huge difference. That really has made a huge difference. But 2-0 to the good at half time, and we look good for it. We've deserved this lead so far, boys. There's no two ways about it. In regards to changes, I'm going to keep the changes relatively minimal for now, purely because we do have a cup game in like 3 or 4 days' time, and players like Linden, Ozzy, Cashin, Richards, Dazelle, Mahoney will be getting minutes. The only player that I'd like to take off particularly will be Chaplin, because Chaplin would also start in that game. So at some point Chaplin will come off, and it probably will be for Chair, but I'm probably going to wait till like the 60th minute or so, just because then Chaplin can't complain too much about sort of being rotated out and gets a good chunk of the game, but also then hopefully he won't be too tired that he can't start in the cup game. So let's see if we can just, again, be sensible here, not rush the ball too much, because again, if they do sort of switch into that high pressure and like there, for example, Fornell's coming all the way across there to win that off of Armstrong, just a bit of a high press, but it's things like that we just need to be wary of to make sure we don't let them sort of pull off too often and sort of stranglers of a chance. And actually, 1 second, oh, mate, what a chance that would have been. Doughty playing a lovely ball to Brun Larsen. Great first touch, and then he tries the acrobatics, but it's a save, boys, from a keeper that isn't Lambrovic. It's a save from Muslera. We're going to whip this one in now. Chris Willock. Going to aim towards Brun Larsen, who wins it and finds the back of the net, boys. It is 3-0. What a cross. What a finish that from Brun Larsen. It's our second headed goal of the episode. Like I say, we don't score many, but he is such an aerial threat, and he has found the back of the net there. And that is absolutely beautiful. Really good stuff. He won the corner with a fantastic acrobatic effort, and then he wins it. It looks like it almost comes off his shoulder, actually. But Brun Larsen with a real good finish. I don't know where that's hit, but it's gone in. Muslera has tried, but into that side netting, right in that far top corner. And it's a lovely bit of play there. Well done, Brun Larsen. His second of the game, and I think his third of the episode. But it's 3-0 again, boys. We have scored 3 goals. Oh, it's a good attempt at a cross there. It's going to go for a corner, and I said I was going to make like just the one change. I've actually made all of my changes. I won't lie to you. They're taking off Connor Coventry, who is on a yellow for Paqueta. Very good player, as we all know. But Larson, Chaplin, Field, Oxford, and Clark. Salter off for Dykes, Chair, Dazelle, Kakai, Cashin. Everyone in the positions you'd expect them to be. Ozzy is also playing centre-back, so he's actually not coming as a fullback. Him and Cashin both replacing our 2 centre-backs. The reason for so many changes is honestly because a lot of the boys are quite tired. And just to kind of see this one through, yes, we've got a cup game that a lot of these guys are going to be starting in about 4 days' time, and a lot of the players I've taken off wouldn't be starting. It would still be nice to have a bit of a bench as an option to potentially bring on if I need to. That's something I've sort of fallen into the trap of a couple of times, where I haven't given myself a bench in those cup games, and it's been a little bit close. You know, I go to bring on like a replacement striker. Kudos, by the way, finds the back of the net. Good finish, makes it 3-1. Just to very quickly finish my point about the cup stuff, is it just means that I then have potential players to bring on. But Kudos going all in while 3-1 down here, but I've got to respect it. It's a good finish. It's a really nice finish from Kudos. It's really well played. You can just see there Kyogo finds some good space. Eventually it drops to Paqueta, who finds Kudos, and Kudos finds the top corner. But that's 2 goals for him in 5 games. Again, I'd like to think with 10 to 15 minutes on the clock, we should be able to see this one through without too many worries. Dazelle's going to look up here and find Willock. Willock with a nice turn. He's got, tried the ambitious there. It was maybe a bit too ambitious, and we do lose it in not a fantastic place as Bowen is now through. He's going to lay it off to Fornals. Plays a nice ball out wide here and is not quite going to find Estupinian. I'm kind of glad he didn't, because we didn't really have many players out there, but only a minute or 2 now until the ref should be looking to blow his whistle. So I'll let you guys sort of stick with me here as we see this one through. I do lose it there, but Dazelle is going to pick up the loose headed ball. And yeah, we can just be sensible with the ball here and not look to lose it. Maybe just try and get it into their half a little bit here. His Chair's going to try and take on Soufal. Doesn't quite take it past him, but the ref calls that one there. 3-1, a comfortable victory in the end, and one I'm very happy with. We've scored 9 goals in 3 games today, and it has been... I can't even describe what's happened today. We've just been phenomenal. We've just absolutely put teams to the sword, and... I don't know what else to say other than we've been incredibly clinical and we've stepped up to play Ultimate really well. With 3 wins in 3, I am very, very, very happy with the boys. And as I said before, our next game is a cup game at Ellen Road, where we will be quite heavily rotating the squad. Players like Dyke, Smith, Chaplin is the only one there, maybe with a little bit of fitness that might be a problem. But we've got pretty much what will be a full strength rotated 11. So looking forward to that one. And that is going to be the start of the next episode. Again, at the moment, I am kind of just sticking to 3 games an episode purely so I can make sure I get everything edited in time, because over this Christmas period in real life with work, very, very busy. Normally I work on like 3 Premier League games a weekend. At the moment, during December, we're working on over 70. So it's been very busy. So I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed today's video, please leave a like on it. Supports me, the video, the channel, and the series out a whole bunch. If you're new, hit the sub button and turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video. If you want to watch our live streams, so on Twitch, Hursty Games on there as well. Links down below to all my socials. Go check them out. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands. Take care.